Christmas is over now.
No.
Chronologically,
Yes, it is.
it is over.
No, wait.
Yes.
This would be New Year's, so it's still technically the holiday season.
It's the holiday season, but this is the last episode of 2024.
Yes.
Welcome to this episode of Totally Oblivious Podcast.
I'm cold. This house is cold.
That's how I like it.
That's why the last episode that wasn't totally 5 minutes ago. Oh, I was so eepy.
You're like, I'm cold.
At the minute, I went like this.
I wish it was colder.
All right, there, fucking Mr. Freeze. My Nora. Oh,
Nora.
I'm shocked. It's technically not a Christmas special, but the Mr. Freeze episode in Batman the Animated Series is like a runner-up to like a really good like Christmas special.
It is very good.
I love that episode.
It's a very good. That whole series is just good.
Yeah.
That's probably the best Batman has been.
Yeah. It's the gold standard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hello.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast.
We're heading into the new year.
Yes.
I just figured, you know what? I didn't really have an idea, so we'll just talk about our plans for next year.
Oh, what are our plans? What is... You didn't go to Japan.
Not yet. We should be booking as of the weekend we're recording. We should be booking our tickets to fly to Japan for late February, early March.
So it's now 2025 confirmed.
Confirmed. I'm definitely going.
So I guess we can talk about that a little bit. Like, I want to go to Japan too. I think I'll just probably end up going. Maybe I can go with you during. What time is that? February?
Late February, early March.
Maybe we can tag along with you in that.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, that's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So I heard a little bit of your plans from, was it Kai? Was it the mute one that likes to be here sometimes?
Cassius.
What about the plans? What was the idea? Where are you gonna go? Osaka and then like
Osaka and Tokyo. We were gonna go to Kyoto too, but it'd just be too much stopping in different places, so we're just gonna go straight to Osaka after Tokyo. But spend about a week in Tokyo, week in Osaka, just experience the stuff. Apparently there's a Monster Hunter restaurant in Tokyo.
There's a restaurant for any major brand.
That's like the thing I really want to go to in Tokyo is the Monster Hunter place. They serve like, because everything apparently in Japan is served for two people. So like when you order a meal, it's designed for two. So like we can get them up ready for a hunt. Just grab the
Okay, hold on. Remember this though? It's Japanese portions, so it's served
apparently
for two.
They're big.
Really?
Apparently
okay, maybe
they
not.
serve big.
So
I think we're I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but I think we're gaslit as Americans into thinking that American portions are the biggest for the price. But apparently every other country has extremely big portions for extremely cheap.
Huh.
I think the U.S. has gaslit itself.
I think we have. What the fuck?
Because when Isaac went to Korea, he says he was spending like, he'd go to nice restaurants and maybe spending like, $10 to $20 on a really good meal.
That's crazy.
That would be like filling up the whole table.
God damn.
And it's like, man, that's good. And of course, their dollar is worth a lot less than ours. Like especially now, I think the Japanese yen is a lot.
Has it still not recovered?
I don't think so.
Holy shit!
But it was already cheap before, but now it should be super cheap.
me going to Japan,
Americans.
buying everything, my dollar still being still worth so much.
Because you can get a bowl of ramen for $1 there.
God, that sounds so good.
It's like, man,
we're having ramen after this.
We're gonna get some ramen.
I'm gonna buy my girlfri's Christmas present.
I love ramen. I just love Japanese food.
I would,
or I should say, any Asian food, because I think China has great food.
Oh, they do, but I have to glaze Japan. Ramen is just like
it's undefeatable.
It's undefeatable. I I would make ramen more, but I just don't have the patience.
You can
to make the egg.
You can. Well, yeah, the egg's hard, but apparently they have like gadgets that you can use that make it so you know exactly how long to boil an egg for. I just saw it the other day.
Japan is a land of convenience. It really is.
It is, and I think it's just, I don't know. There's something about the culture that I just am really fascinated with.
It's just a cool place.
I think it might be that it's just so much different than any culture I grew up with.
You're going to come back with a fucking kimono and be like, I think Japanese, regular thing? Nah, says regular Caleb. Post-Japanese Caleb, Japan.
Japan. thing Japan. I mean, I don't know. It's just fascinating. I think that meme is disrespectful to the desire to want to experience another culture.
Oh, it definitely is.
It's like, you should be able to enjoy, if you're fascinated with a culture that's not your own, you should be able to indulge yourself in learning more about it.
I want to go to the Japanese countryside.
Especially since most of my favorite stuff comes from Japan anyways.
Yeah.
Like Sonic,
Nintendo,
Dragon Ball,
Sony.
Like
JoJo's.
Sony, yeah, JoJo.
Well, I would
most of my all my favorite stuff is basically Japanese origin.
Yeah, you are a weeb, not the traditional weeb.
I just like their stuff. It just so happens that I like the stuff that
their merchandise is literally in the room with us.
I think we only have the two movie posters and the.
We have a fucking. You know, that's actually double Japanese because the Buster Sword is based off of Guts' sword, so that's like double Japanese reference.
It's a double, yeah. I don't know. I just really like
I think the Roadcaster also might be Japanese. I think most of our sound equipment.
It is maybe it is.
Okay, because with sound stuff, it's either Japanese or European. It's usually nothing else.
Let me see.
We are just based in Japan. Arigato gozaimasu.
Rode soundboard. Sound.
I think later in the year, if we don't end up going to Japan, I kind of want to go with Nat and go camping again.
Oh, it's British.
Told you. It's either it's European or Japanese. It's nothing in between.
It's interesting.
Yep. It's either UK, Germany. You might get France. Some Italy.
It's usually like the northern.
Yeah.
Like tech is usually like the northern part of Europe.
You might get Italy in that one, and then Japan, and you usually don't get anything American.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? We love Japan.
We love Japan. But just a quick shout out. No, not sponsored by any means, but the Rode brand is very good. I actually really enjoy using their stuff.
On today's episode.
This episode's sponsored by, I wish.
I fucking wish too.
But yeah, I don't know. I just really enjoy Japan. And I've been brushing up on trying to learn a little bit of Japanese before I go. Mm-hmm. It's hard. It's extremely hard. I struggled learning Spanish, which is supposed to be very easy to learn. Mm-hmm. So Japanese has been hard.
Speaking Japanese isn't that bad. You just have to remember a few things. I can tell you right now, being the power scaler that I am, translating Japanese kanji, that is so bullshit.
Hard.
Bullshit. Why do you have... Why is one word 4 separate words that could be 4 separate things? While in America, it's usually one word that means 4 different things. It's the complete reverse.
The kanji can combine into another thing that creates a completely different symbol.
Crazy.
And it's like, I have to memorize both the characters and then a whole different character that could mean the same thing as multiple characters.
That sounds so exhausting.
It's hard. As an American, it's very hard to learn.
I don't know how they do it.
I'm trying.
That's wild.
I'm trying. I'm getting it, but man, it is hard.
Yeah. Like I like the culture. Well, hold on. I like their aesthetics. I like what they've made. But I did see a video recently. I guess this is like a little tangent of like a Japanese vlogger. I guess he's just detailing his day-to-day life. I think I liked it. Hold on.
Did I charge my phone last night?
I did mine. Okay, hold on. Wait. So I have to find it. But more or less, the idea here was he was late to work. And he's going, and then like he cuts every so often to a different like scene or whatever, and he's just speaking about it. He's like, I'm so nervous. This has never happened before. I feel so bad. I'm late. And it's like, like he's panicking. It's like,
yeah.
But like as an American, right? I think both you and me have experienced it. Sometimes you're late to work, but everyone's all like, as long as you're fucking here working.
Like, I think in America, like bosses can be very lenient when it comes to being late, especially if you're actually good at your job.
Yeah.
Like they don't care as long as you get what you're supposed to do done.
I don't.
But I do know that Japan is very cutthroat when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, then I went on
it's very strict.
Yeah, I don't think I did like it. No, I didn't. But more or less, so he does all of that, and then his boss proceeds to say, you did all this work today, even though you're an hour late, but you won't be paid for your 8-hour workday.
That's crazy.
This will be seen as an absence. And I go, what?
And he just has to take that.
He just has to take it up the ass. And I'm like, oh my God, the 70% suicide rate totally makes sense. It
adds up when you consider how cutthroat they are with their work and just societal standards. Like,
here's a Hallmark movie for you. An American man works at a Japanese company and changes it dramatically, and all the workers are happy, bro. That shit wouldn't fly in America, bro.
No. If your boss told you that
your whole day, 8 hours, you'd be dead by next week.
There's a good chance you would go postal right then and there.
Yeah, you that's a fucking wild way to say you're gonna go flying, bitch.
Like you would turn into Mr. Incredible against his boss.
Yeah.
Like that would not fly in America. And not only that, but as a society, we would condone the boss for doing that to you.
Yeah. Look what just recently happened. There's like a small socialist revolution happening because of Luigi. Like genuinely, when it comes to health insurance and like certain factors that we are distracted from, it's just like involving work and et cetera like that. Once you do, you can't do that, dude. That's so fucked up. I feel like that's like a super abuse.
I think
the Japanese people that they just don't know.
They just don't, like, they're not aware of how bad that is.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like in a culturally abusive relationship they have with themselves.
It was like vice versa. Like in America, we don't comprehend how bad our transportation systems are.
Yeah.
Until we go to another country and realize that they have actually working transportation, which I think that's probably one thing I will say in the benefit of America is we do, as like
we're
a
the
whole,
land of convenience.
We do understand, like we have the ability to push for things that we want. Like we have the ability. It's whether or not we actually choose to use that. Which I think now we're starting to realize.
Wait a minute, we can't.
The adjuster has kind of awakened in everybody that it's like, maybe we can.
I've seen more people bitch and complain about like lawmakers.
Yeah.
In the past 2 weeks than I have seen them maybe in like the past 2 years. Like maybe I'd get like one comment of like, wow, another school shooting, nothing's changed. But now it's just like, dude, they're doing all this fucking extra work and we're still not seeing any benefit.
They're calling the adjuster a terrorist.
Yeah.
But not a school shooter.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are raising eyebrows at that.
Even though if on the off chance that his his manifesto is true, and it did say, yeah, I didn't use a bomb because I didn't want to threaten any other people's lives. Quite literally is the biggest debating point in saying he's not a terrorist.
An actual, like,
murderer, sure.
He killed a person,
yeah.
But he
terrorism,
he did it in a way that negated any harm to anyone else that he did not want to intend consequences.
And it's not like the Unabomber where it's all like, yeah, anybody who basically picked up the package or was in the vicinity is guilty at fault for being in that system. Because with him, it's like him against the system, and everybody's part of the system. But with Luigi, it's all like, no, I solely that asshole.
Because that's one logical fallacy that I never understand with people who go to like extreme measures. Like, for example, school shooters, they're getting bullied in school.
Everybody must go out.
But why are you going for everyone? Like, not everyone was bad to you.
Yeah.
Like, why not just, like, not saying that it's a good thing to do, but why not go for the people who harmed you?
Yeah.
Why not go after them specifically?
Why are you ice Samantha? You never even talked to her.
Never, like, she did nothing to you. Why go after those people? Or like with the Unabomber, why go after people who had nothing to do with what you were like trying to promote? Like, a lot of these people attack the very people that they're trying to defend it, or fight for. Like, you're harming those people.
I think that's why Luigi is
that's
so
why he
big
has
right now.
so much support,
because it's all like every American wanted to put hands on that guy's throat, and it's just like he did it, and it's just like, I hate the NY fucking PD. We're appalled that so many Americans. Shut the fuck up, bootlicker. God damn. Why do you
suck?
You suck.
You genuinely suck for that.
It wasn't even, you didn't even catch the guy. It was some random broad in a McDonald's. And
he might have, there's still the question that he might have genuinely wanted to get caught.
Yeah. And it's just all like, the chick was, I can't wait for the future when we do breakdowns of this event, and it's just like, yeah, so the NYPD fucking sucked at their job.
They're just,
I hope they make a martyr. I really hope.
What's so funny is people who live in New York constantly say how the NYPD, there's constant like murders or assaults and other stuff that happen in the city, and they're just somehow incompetent to be able to look for whatever the problem is with that. But when it comes to a CEO getting shot, then all of a sudden all hands are on deck.
We gotta figure this out, guys.
It's like, where was that for when my dad got shot? Where was that for when my best friend was mugged?
I have a very I like to be a history guy. I think after this podcast and when we go get our food and go get my little Christmas presents for my girlfriend, I think today I might record, but I think I also might take a little small part of my day to
history,
a little bit of history, because I don't know, man. I really hate to make this comparison, but it really does feel like, we look back at a not Soviet history, but like Russian history, and like their monarchy was notoriously bad, and event after event after event, it kept on getting worse and worse until it hit a breaking point, and a new system of power, which I won't lie, could have potentially worked, but due to in-party planning completely failed. And it's just like, I look at what's happening right now, it's like, okay, there is a massive like growing population of people that are like kind of now opening up their eyes. Like, it wasn't about health insurance anymore. It kind of slowly evolved into like, wait a minute, the system is bad? And I'm like, yes. Yeah.
It's very bad.
You're figuring it out. You're figuring it out. And it's just like, I just feel like with every, God, man, it's so fucking funny.
It really is.
TikTok
actually
really opened up people's eyes. And I know why they're banning it. It's because this is the trickle down effect. TikTok shows people what's actually happening. Guy,
because it's an unbiased source.
Yeah, the guy. I wouldn't say totally unbiased. It depends on your algorithm, but for the most part,
it allows people to talk about things on whatever belief they have
without
on
regulation.
that topic.
Guy kills CEO. politicians say this is bad, but then the class realizes, wait a minute, this ultimately benefits you because you were butt buddies with him. Mm-hmm. The president doesn't know what a tariff is and publicly admits that it might not actually end up changing anything and might be the worst move a president has basically ever done, to a point that even Canada's like, yeah, if you're going to do this, dude, you're going to lose like 50% of like your thing. There's a massive chain of events here that is occurring, that if I know how my history goes and how technically it might be mathematical to prove when revolutions happen, brother, the American politician is really walking into a room and is about to get Valentine's Day massacred, because it's really like, dude, we've been asking reforms for basic stuff that some Americans might not agree on, but there's some probably really decent ones in there we can agree on. But the fact that you completely don't do that and just ban an app instead, but still vote in power of a guy that clearly didn't do anything, and there was clearly like massive influence and like public change on not public change, like course correction in terms of ads to show that one candidate really didn't know what the fuck they were doing compared to the other one at a really bad level. And it's snowballing. And I genuinely feel like, depending on how this court case goes, it's really going to set a massive fucking tone.
Oh yeah. And it's the fact that
in 2025 and leading on
that
forward,
the US hasn't seen like real crazy positive reform in almost 100 years, at least financially. It's probably been about, I think it's been 60 since we've had like major reform in terms of social reform with the equal rights movements.
Yeah.
But it's like, we haven't seen like reform go on a massive scale since FDR was in office.
And then there's some people that don't like how FDR did that. I'm like, are you fucking stupid?
It's like, do you not understand why this was important that he did, and why the billionaires, or I don't know, they weren't billionaires at the time, but the rich class didn't like him because he was specifically doing things that were against their wants and desires that helped the general public get out of a recession, which in normal society would just help us survive normally.
And then what also makes it worse is the fact that Elon is paying off people.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just like are you're really just asking for, like, we're like one. I don't even think it's really one. I think we already technically did it timeline wise. It really is just like, whatever happens at the end of this court case is it's gonna change a few heads. And there's been like 3 or 4 different instances of somebody berating their boss or somebody and stuff, and it's just like, wait a minute, is it happening?
And it's like, this is probably the first time that people have ever seen both sides of the political spectrum agree on something.
That Ben Shapiro comment section,
that's probably the craziest thing I've seen.
That Ben is the most fucking ultra right wing like general area, and the fact that I hope it wasn't bots and it was genuinely real Republicans being like, dude, you feed off of my hate, you fucking jackass. There's no left issue here. This is all together, and it's just like, oh my god, oh my god,
hold on,
oh my god,
we're getting it.
They're getting angry.
If they're getting angry and they're getting angry and we've been angry this whole time, then you guys are on our side.
Like we can talk about the abortion and all those issues later, but if we can just get rid of the fucking CEOs and like
everything will fall into place after that.
Yeah, I was like, this is the major one.
Like if we can all be able to functionally survive financially, that would solve so many problems that exist.
If we somehow were able to make like not the US dollar even stronger, just like fix the price gouging and like rent issues. This is what I hate about like Republicans right now, is that
It's still the belief of the American dream that anybody can be part of the 1%, which isn't possible. You can't do that.
Yeah, it's so fucking far out of the realm of possibility. It's impossible.
You cannot pull yourself up by the bootstraps enough to working at Walmart to get to the point.
All it would need to do is basic changes, not federally, maybe on a state level, because I think it's a case by case scenario, and it would end up helping people. It's the fact that I don't know, bro. It's the squeeze. It's squeezing the people out of every dollar they have. The moment the squeeze is let go, I always feel like, and I've been always trying. Now after the election, I've been trying to hold myself back on it, and like to be like. I dream a little bit too hard, but I really do hope this is probably the few times I will do it post the election in my adult life. It will be like, I genuinely do believe if the slow grip of like every single dollar we have is let go, all of a sudden we're just back in the 1960s.
People would start to flourish.
It would be insane. It would be crazy.
Because right now people can't even afford to do anything.
No.
Like the only reason I'm able to go on a trip this year is because I don't have my own place. Is I just can sit. I
still live with my parents.
Like we don't have the choice really either. We kind of have to live with our parents.
Oh, bro, I hate those fucking videos online where it's like, yeah, you should leave your house by like 25. I want you to go to Zillow.com and look at the houses.
Look at those prices and tell me.
Ass. Beyond fucking garbage.
And you cannot expect me to put my money into the money pit that is renting an apartment.
No.
Like there's nothing more
That shit's
useless.
just a scam.
It's so useless because it doesn't build up your credit. You're not building anything. All you're doing is losing money out to somebody.
Yeah.
Like it's so
Unless you keep receipts. That's the only way it counts.
But even then,
yeah,
it's like it's not worth it.
It's not. No.
Like, and I don't think people understand that. Like, they're just like, oh, you pull up your bootstraps. It's like, no, I can only pull up my bootstraps so much.
There's only so much string.
There's only so much string I can pull on before it's like, maybe.
There's only so much lace.
Maybe the problem isn't the bootstraps. Maybe we need to get new boots.
No, it's true. I hope 2025. I really do hope there is like a major change. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. If like January 6th happens again, but it's not just the red, it's like a
class thing.
revolution. I'm not saying socialist. You know, but that's another fucking bitching. I don't know how this episode became political, but it fucking is. God damn it! There are wishes for 2025. Revolution.
We need something to change because if we continue going at this rate, it's like our lives are just going to get more miserable.
I want everybody just to, at least in this case, to really show to the people they actually have so much power. Yet again. Caleb and Post, if you can find the clip of us talking about ants, the reason why that movie doesn't get shown anymore is because the CEOs knew. Wait a minute, we can't tell people about this message.
To fight against us.
We can't let them do that.
Yeah,
just put it on screen or something like that. That movie is so entirely true because if we can do that once together to uncloud the vision, like wait a minute, we got these healthcare companies to basically crumble overnight. What about everything else? Trickle effect on a fucking massive scale. Like, I hope it happens because I feel like we have been in a recession for a while now.
I think they call it a silent recession.
Yeah, we have.
It's like we're not like show like it on paper. It's not a recession, but like actually living in it, you're basically living in a recession.
Yeah, it feels genuinely bad, and like I hope something changes and then it just like it fucking spirals. I really hope we hit a climax in terms of like the cultization of politics, which is so weird because I feel like it was after Obama. Like everybody, like I liked Obama. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the fact that because he was black, it made so many people threatened and it scared everybody.
Like, I think it definitely radicalized the racist people in the country.
Yeah.
To formed against the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Which then like basically transformed the Republican Party into being like
a cult.
For
some of them. I'm going to be generous. There are some Republicans that I can sit down and be like, you know what? I agree with some issues with you.
You have good points.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those people are not mentally sound.
No, not at all. And
they don't realize how stupid they are for believing in some of this stuff that they believe in.
Yeah.
And it's on the other side too. Like, it's not just the Republicans. Like the Democrats are just as bad.
I think over the past few weeks, I genuinely have been at least leaning more red than blue because I hear some blue like talking points and I go, you're as dumb as the other side. You just have the opposite opinion.
It's not leaning red or blue. It's just having a logical idea that's saying like, I can believe in this, but not also have to agree with that.
Yeah, it's really dumb. It's really fucking dumb. Oh, I just hope something crazy happens in 2025.
We just need change. We need big change.
I feel like I really do hope it's like a Napoleon effect where it's like everyone's like, yeah, Napoleon's cool, like with Trump, and then like all of a sudden he goes, yes, I've fully officially went on the tariff, and then the fucking next day the fucking White House is littered. Like it's like the Obama inauguration, like the amount of people that were there just at the White House fucking pissed. Like God, dude, it'd be so nice.
People are gonna start realizing,
wow, you suck. You actually don't know what you're doing.
Terrible policies are gonna get put in place.
Yeah,
like there's no way people don't see it when it happens.
I really do hope like there's either something is going to happen in politics, a bad decision is going to get made, and I won't say like a socialist change, but like it's going to be adjacent, but like it's either going to happen through that or like through the Luigi case, or maybe it's like a third option that we might not know of, and it's. I feel like we're sitting on a landmine.
People are just they're pushed to the limit at this point. Like we're reaching like critical capacity on how much we could possibly take.
You know what's a statistic that pissed me off? I think I liked the video, but some guy was breaking down how houses could end up working and how beneficial it was. If I could find it, I'll send it to you to throw it up on screen.
Saw it.
Oh yeah, I did. I sent it on TikTok. It was the one guy who broke down how
we could make
companies pay for
smaller houses.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
If a bill like that got passed, I kind of ran the numbers a little bit. I like doing it. I'm bad at math when I'm forced to do it. I'm a fucking genius at math when I fucking want to do it. I'm like, what's the fucking equation to figure this out? I'm fucking Googling shit.
And it's an easy solution too. And they do it like, didn't he say in the video they do it in Utah?
They do.
It works.
And it works. If you gave people smaller houses, just houses in general, their income would fucking skyrocket, leading to a better economy. So, in a weird way, the capitalist economy fucking sucks because no one's actually able to buy anything.
It's really not like it's almost at the point where we're not actually living in a capitalist society.
No.
Like it's not working the way that
I genuinely do think
to benefit us.
I do think you can make an argument, like not as like a really edgy, like I know a lot of politics, like and this is actually a leftist super Republican state, or like if you want to be one of those fucking nerds. I do think you can argue that we do live in neo-feudalism because of the fact that
that the lords basically own everything.
Yes, and two, it's not really capitalist anymore because we're being squeezed out of anything, and we can't really buy what we want. We have to buy what we need, and it's being gouged the fuck out of.
Yeah.
And like home ownership, the fact that on the market, I don't think it's entirely accurate as of right now. Like, there's only 1 million homes, but there's 15 million vacant ones.
Oh my gosh, that's so. There's two things that make me mad. Is that the amount of vacant homes that aren't being filled because people can't afford it, and the fact, because you just reminded me of this, that people can only buy the things that they need and not the things they want. But that people are making it.
With me, by the way,
I keep seeing these stories of, like, from news sources and whatever, like the government's putting it out, that they're mad that we're spending money on groceries rather than luxury goods. It's like, what do you want us to do?
At that point,
what else could we possibly spend our money on other than the food and necessities we need to go to our job to be able to buy this stuff?
I feel guilty for buying a video game for $60. I can't buy anything more than that. Like, it's just like, I think, I forgot the fucking comedian's name. He gives some good points. I think it's like Carl something, or Christopher something. And he's all like, you can't expect a lot out of America when you put shit in. What do you expect to come out? Good? No, it's shit out too. It's shit in, shit out. So it's just the, like, when I hear like the politicians like that saying like, why aren't we doing all that? It's because, dude, we can't. I thought, this is maybe my hubris kicking in. I thought originally the gap between, like, the rich and the poor's, not poor, like the middle class's idea, the gap of how they think was very small. I think it was very narrow-sighted. No, I genuinely believe it's actually to the fucking point where we can't see each other anymore. Like, I think they just go, I think they're doing something.
It's been, like, because our ideology. I'm trying to, there's a word that's like ideology, but it's not. Like, basically our ideologies somehow have been separated. But, like, logistically, we are on the same, like, the middle class and lower class are basically
the same
morphing into just a big lower class at this point.
Yeah.
Because the upper class is just getting that much money pooled into them.
Dude, Caleb,
but, like,
put up right here on screen the fucking the
that
difference.
graph.
That's, I'm gonna be honest, man.
It's stupid.
I'm gonna be honest. People would hate me as a president because I'd go full. Was it Venezuela that went crazy?
I think so.
I'd go full Venezuela and fucking freeze all of Elon's fucking stocks, and I'd be like, as a national state of emergency, I have founded all billionaires who live within the U.S. who have U.S. Stocks as a threat to everybody
democracy.
else, because this would be my reasoning. The lower class is getting too angry, and I don't want a people's revolt. So I'm freezing your bank accounts and taking your money to give to them.
Honestly,
that's what I would do as president to solve the fucking issue.
I'm genuinely shocked that if I.
He's doing the thing. He's doing the thing.
This is the thing that makes me mad, is that literally you'd think that would be the thing that our president would do at this point. But I doubt in the last few weeks of Biden being in there, and definitely not in Trump's presidency, will they do anything to be like, yeah, maybe it is the billionaires that are the problem. Because, like, it's pretty obvious that in the president's best interest at this point, with the people getting so angry, to be like, yeah, you know what? The billionaires are the problem. Trickle-down economics isn't working to anyone's benefit other than the upper class. We should stop that. But they don't care.
No, they don't.
And clearly do not care.
I won't lie, man. If I kind of do romanticize it a little bit, and that might be bad on my part, but if a political revolution were to happen tomorrow, don't be shocked if I'm out there on the streets with the fucking ski mask on, fucking doing some shit.
Let's go.
Fuck it, I'd do it. My girlfriend's dad did it, and technically he did, but it was because of CIA involvement in Guatemala, because the U.S. sucks. But I would do some wild shit, man, because it's genuinely like, well, on their IRS tax records, they made $0. For a goddamn fact, their using the loophole. You know, everybody knows they're doing it. It's not even like one of those like public secrets anymore. It's just they're abusing the system and you fucking know it.
Yeah.
And you're not changing anything. He is worth $500 billion. And Jeff Bezos is somewhere near that. You're telling me that he's not going to pay his taxes, in which a system which requires that to work, we're not going to do that.
It's like $1 billion could go into society. That could easily, that's what, like 5 times what it takes to solve world hunger.
Yeah.
It's like you could solve world hunger 5 times over.
With a
tenth of what some of these guys
You know
have.
what you could do? This is what I would do, hypothetically time. If I became the president, all those billionaires, if you have $1 billion in stocks or like one of those weird ass loopholes, you better get your money out of the fucking US as fucking fast as possible, because
I think a lot of them already do that too.
Even then, I'd ask other nations, be like, "Hey, can you give me their stocks?" And if they were like, "No, we're not going to do that," I'd be like, "I have nukes. Give me their fucking money. I'm not playing." I'd start to go full Big Brother, and it's just needed at this point. They've abused the system for so long; they need to be punished, and it'd be like a grand wide like. I would have to put it like in the jury system, but it'd basically be ruled, yeah, you fucking suck. Like there's no like legal lawyer or like massive like to justify it, because you know it's right, because it's just it's so beyond fucked. Like I would strip all of that money away, and the first thing I do, just not just for you, but for everybody's benefit, but you'll like it, I would then create jobs with that $50 billion. We're just talking about Elon here. Not all the other billionaires I'd fuck over because by process. I wouldn't touch the multimillionaires and the millionaires.
Some of them, like some rich people, still do good things. It's just a lot more of them don't do good things.
No, I would strip that money, and the first thing I would do, just with Elon's money, is I would make an intercontinental railway.
And it makes sense.
Not because for transportation, because it would then give so many Americans so many different jobs. It would cause a massive boom in the economy.
It'd be like another great migration, because people would be able to spread throughout the U.S. to wherever.
The middle of the U.S. would fucking boom. You would,
because people don't travel there because there's nothing there. But if as the way it works now, if you want to get to the east side of the U.S., you just fly right over the middle part. But if you had a train that took you through that middle part, you would be able to actually spend time in that middle part, give those people jobs, and once jobs start forming there, then populations start forming there, and then jobs start forming there even more. So it would just boost everything. The only reason we don't have this public transportation stuff is because people like Elon are using their money to go against that, because that causes them to lose out money. Because Elon right now, I think, is going against California's bill to make, I think it's a rail system that they're making, that he's going against that because he wants to be able to sell more Teslas.
Yeah, no, I would, if I was president, bro, I'd have the longest list. I would probably go down. You know me as a person, Caleb, very well, but I would go down in a lot of people's eyes as a bad ruler, because it would be like, or a bad leader, because it would be like, maybe that's the psychology showing when I say ruler. A leader effect, because it'd be like you stripped all these people's monies away and then like gave it back to the people, and it's just like, but was it even really justified in the first place? But like in the long term, you would see so much economic change. It is the fact the country made on railways doesn't have railways anymore is so bullshit. Because the thing what I would end up doing was, you don't know, fucking $500 billion is a fucking insane amount of money. It is so huge. You could do just with like $100 billion. You could just finish the railway. That means you still have $400 billion left over for anything else. You could end up changing You can end up fucking fixing the climate crisis just with $100 million. And then yet again, we have $300 billion left over. What do we do with this? I'd end up fixing a lot of the infrastructure problems and like start actually making in-house factory jobs with benefits and universal healthcare, which then people start going, oh, I can work in a factory and actually be paid for it. Mm-hmm. And just to double down on it this one you probably, I don't think some people would agree on, is like protection from robots so you can actually still fucking work.
So well, here we'll wind down this portion of the topic. But if you give,
I still have $200 billion left over.
If you give the benefits to all the people at the very bottom, make them as comfortable and happy as possible, they will, at the very base of society, like the plumbers and the farmers of the country, if they are more inclined to take those jobs, then we can from there be able to build up that people can do more stuff because people actually want to do the lowest echelon of jobs in society.
Yeah.
But right now, the way it stands, nobody wants to work these lower echelon jobs because they're not rewarding in the slightest. You can't live off of them.
You can't.
All you're doing really is just working to make the machine move. That's the only benefit you're giving.
Yeah.
It's not to yourself. It's just to the machine.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, I want to continue. No, there's one thing. The fact that we as a society normalized having to work 2 or more jobs in order to live.
That's stupid. That is stupid.
So beyond fucking dumb. Mm-hmm. And I hope.
And when there's people who sit and make millions every year,
you think Elon
doing nothing.
You think Elon? You know what? Coming from me, this is very bold. I'm a YouTuber. Sometimes I might not do something for a fucking week straight, but eventually I do get off my ass and do make that video for my audience when I feel comfortable enough to use my creative vision in the best way possible. Sometimes those week-long breaks are needed. But Elon, mind you, is in the top 100 of the Diablo players. To be in the top 100 of any fucking genre of anything, you have to put an insane amount of dedication and time into. Mm. So you're telling me the guy worth hundreds of billions of dollars is this phenom of a hard worker? Motherfucker, shut the fuck up.
Absolutely not. He is absolutely not. And if you think that, you're lying to yourself just to cope with the fact that you have to live a subpar life while other people live lavish lives. You're only coping because literally you should realize that's not fair.
No.
You're working hard and these people do nothing and earn infinitely more than you do.
God, if you're real, please give me a socialist revolution. It's not even big. I know it's like socialism. The word is like a bad, buzzword. But just give me basic needs.
Socialism and woke have been transformed to be bad when in reality, if you actually look at what they are supposed to mean, it was good. They turned a good thing bad because it disbenefited them.
Fuck the CIA doing crazy numbers right now. Crazy.
They really are. Anyway, other plans for the future, though, for this year. I want to replay Red Dead Redemption 2.
Damn. Now I'm going to have to replay it for the third time.
I just keep seeing clips of it, and I'm like, that's such a good game.
Yes. I think it's video game-wise. What do I want to do?
You need to play Kingdom Hearts.
That is on the agenda. And also Metal Gear.
I need to play Metal Gear 2.
I think those two primarily. What else?
Monster Hunter is going to take up the bulk of the year, though.
Oh, that's right. Is that crossplay off rip?
Yep.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
When's it coming out again?
End of February.
Damn, looks like we're playing Monster Hunter on stream, boys. Oh, yeah. So that's another thing I was going to do. Gaming-wise, I do want to stream and do shorts more. Mm-hmm. I've kind of realized I think I can make YouTube really livable if I just do those two more. Mm-hmm. That's going to be my plan starting in like January, sometime in like mid-January. Just because the reason why I say mid-January is like, January, March is like bad YouTube ad revenue season. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, you just start technically in December you throw things to the wall, but like January and March you throw things to the wall to see if like anything does well. It's like it's test idea time. So I kind of want to do that in order to see where it goes. And like, man, I want to play Monster Hunter.
It looks so good, and it was so fun to play the demo. But yeah, I'm
so pissed that I fell off with that game just because of my setup. I lag or whatever because of my PlayStation 4 Pro, and I got super frustrated at that. Okay, I won't lie. A little bit of a story time. You know the Cerberus from Final Fantasy? You remember that crossover?
Behemoth
or whatever? I wanted the little like costume or like little guy that flies around something. I forgot what the fucking thing was. And I couldn't beat Behemoth, and it ruined the game utterly for me. I couldn't play the DLCs.
No,
I didn't do any of the grander events because I couldn't get that.
You know how hard
push.
Behemoth is?
I know.
We literally beat the entirety of Iceborne with the crazy strong master rank stuff, and we still couldn't beat Behemoth. That's how hard they made Behemoth on that game. It's ridiculous.
And that was supposed to be a special event.
Yeah.
It's
like impossible.
I do not understand why.
I don't either.
And it ruined it. I could not play the DLCs. I bought the DLC, didn't finish it at all. I didn't get to the one like the one grand villain, not villain or monster at the end that's kind of in the castle or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't even do that. I was so pissed.
I was like 2 missions away from doing that because I did the Safijiva event, and then I had to do the one. I think the next one we had to do was the one that was like the elemental where it had every element, and then it was that final dragon. I can't remember their names ever, but
there's too many.
For some reason, I think Colby and Isaac beat it without me. And I was just behind, so I just never got the chance to actually beat it.
I will play the fuck out of that game with you. I'd be honest, we should do like dual record.
I think so. This is kind of bringing in the plans of like the channel for the next year. Is I don't know if I want to upload long series of games anymore.
Just random
missions. Just doing like a one or like how I did with Sparking Zero.
You want to kind of do like a Russian Badger where you record like a whole bunch of streams and then you just make one giant compilation.
Yeah.
I think that'd be dope.
Because it's a lot of work doing like the 20 episodes that it took for Silent Hill 2. And not only does it not get a lot of views, but it also kind of like overloads the channel with gaming content. And I'm like, I don't want this to just be like, it's like the way it looks in the algorithm is it looks like a gaming channel, which that's not what I want it to be. I want it to be like a just random stuff I do channel. So like, I want to do stuff outside of just like the podcast and games. So I'll probably upload more of that. But for gaming, I think it'll definitely be like with Monster Hunter, we'll definitely record that. But it probably won't be like episodic. Like it'll either be like I do like a stream of that and call it good, or do like long recording and then just make it into a compilation video.
So what Monster Hunter is it again?
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Do you think it's going to be better than World?
It's already better than World. And I think it's probably going to be better than Rise as well. Just movement-wise, already better than Rise, I think. Definitely better than World.
I remember, I don't think I ever said it on the podcast. There's probably screenshots on my PDA account. On my that's basically my PSN. Dude, the drip in that game was badass. I love fucking I forgot how to pronounce his name. The Gers, the neck throat one. The meme was like he was a B-52 bomber. Forgot his name.
Basil Geese.
I fucking love Basil Geese.
I love
his armor.
Making the Basil Geese axe is literally like
I was a katana guy.
That's my like go-to is the Basil Geese axe. I love my exploding axe.
I love Basil Geese, and then
like, I got Basil Geese is so.
Oh, cool. But I will give an opinion. This is a random tangent. Base game Basil Geese armor is better than the new one. because you got bonuses with the new armor and stuff, with the older armor, and I thought it was way better. But of course, better stats and increasing. My one problem was, you'd have to correct me on this. I really don't like the fact that eventually, at one point, you couldn't like. I want to be this armor stat end game, but I like the drip of this.
Well, that's why I liked in Rise that they brought back layered armor. So you can have the drip of whatever armor set you want, but then have the stats of the.
Is it going to be in Is it going to be in Wilds? Please.
Yeah, there's layered armor.
Damn, I'm playing that game now.
It's good.
That's my one complaint in games. I do it every time I play Minecraft.
Maybe there isn't. I can't remember, but there's no reason why they shouldn't have layered armor
is goated in games. I'm sorry, but some high-end stat armor looks too gaudy and does not fit the setting, and I'd rather look like...
I want to just look like a Dark Knight. That's what I want to look like. I don't want to look like...
A fairy.
A fairy. I want to be...
Like a literal fairy, not gay fairy.
I want to be a medieval knight fighting dragons.
Or some sexy chick.
And then I want to have my cat be the little homie right next to me.
I was Dio in The World. Right? Was that my joke? I think that was what I did.
I think it was. I think I remember seeing that.
God, man,
but Matt,
so
I think having this one be crossplay is going to be so good. It's going to be so good for the life of the game.
Technically, this was an hour ago, but last episode, I was saying stuff about Nintendo. I like Nintendo. I like what they do. I like the DSs we had out. But the problem is there's so many good ideas on Nintendo stuff, and Monster Hunter is, I think, the quintessential example of get the fuck off of limiting hardware, for the love of God.
Well, Rise went on all the other platforms.
Yes.
It's the fact that it wasn't crossplay though, because I had
talking about World here.
I had so much I had so much progress on Rise. And I wanted to play with people that only have Xbox, or you could have got it on PC.
I could have,
but it's we couldn't play together.
And I'm so happy this ended up changing. But that cross play between all consoles, that's the one thing I'll thank Fortnite for. Everyone's so many other things, but cross play between games.
Crossplay is beautiful. It's beautiful, especially with how many people now have PCs. That now you can be a PC player and play with people who can't afford a PC. No, it just makes life so much easier.
I love the fact that I know how this incident went down. So they always talked about how a developer could be like, yeah, in a flip of a switch, we could all be on the same server instantaneously. As a kid, I was fucking mind blown. I'm like, how do you even do that? And then the incident happened on Fortnite. For a single game, for maybe a day, there was crossplay between PlayStation players and Xbox players for just but a moment. And then PlayStation got pissed off. But then in retaliation, everybody else got pissed off. And it's like, wait a minute, you could do that? It's like, yeah, we accidentally did that. And then the fucking snowball trickle-down effect happened, and everybody in gaming started to end up doing it. It was just because of Sony and their hard stuck ass.
People give Nintendo a lot of
standard now.
People give Nintendo so much crap, but Sony is so much more obnoxious of a company.
They're dicks.
It's every time that it's something that benefits the gaming community as a whole, they're against it. They
100%.
hate it. Nintendo's off on their island. They're bombing their own people, but Sony just hates everyone. They hate everyone.
They do.
They only care about making themselves more money.
Xbox is just a friendly guy. Dumb. They'll make cutthroat decisions like that, but they're like.
But Xbox is agreeable. They own the rights to Call of Duty and could have just kept that exclusive to Xbox, but they still let PlayStation have it because they're like, people want to play it.
Gives us money.
Let them play it.
It betters our reputation. It's perfect, man. I won't lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually excited for February. I can't wait.
It's gonna be so good.
We playing day one?
We're playing day one, baby.
Yes.
Unless we're in Japan at the time.
Are you gonna be in Japan at the time?
It's possible.
Damn.
It's possible.
I'm gonna have okay, you're gonna walk in. So what have you done, Alex? I beat the game. You gave me 4 days. I did it all on stream.
But I'm gonna really get into that.
Yeah. I hope they add basil. I love basil geese. He was so fun.
It's so good.
Because you'd just be fighting somebody and all of a sudden it's like, whoa!
You hear Night at Bald Mountain start playing and you're like,
uh-oh. It was so fun.
I love Monster Hunter, man.
It's so cool.
It's probably one of the best gaming franchises.
It is. And after World
changed everything.
It really did. That game, I put in some fucking hours into that, and I'm fucking pissed about Behemoth, bro. If they just made that game, that fucking event, just a bit easier, man, I would have kept playing it. Didn't it make 2 DLCs for that game?
No, just one.
Okay.
It was just Iceborne.
I would have done all of Iceborne. I don't even know how many hours I had in that game. I would have had so many, dude.
It was good.
It was so fun.
It was so good. And like I said, it's just disappointing with Rise that they didn't have the crossplay.
Yeah.
Because I think we probably would have played that one a lot too.
Probably.
But just not being able to play with everybody just sucked.
Yeah.
And I mean, it ran fine on Switch, but it's like, I know a lot more people we could have played with if it came out on everything.
Yeah. It's Wilds.
Please. Going to change the game.
It's going to change the game.
The demo is already so good. I was playing it with Mitchell, and I was like, dude,
in Seattle?
This is fun.
Right? Were you in Seattle or no?
No, we played it online.
Oh, shit. I didn't even fucking know. God damn. I think I saw that, but I was distracted with something else. I get so distracted by YouTube or other, like, my hyperfixations and stuff that I just forget about it. But it was just so cool. Just with the katana and just there are things in that game that I never ended up doing. I never did any of like the challenges in like that one arena. I knew there. That. I never even touched that.
They're good if you're looking for like they're good to do only if you're looking for specific parts from those monsters in the arenas. Because if they're not in that arena, there's really no point in fighting them.
But like just. God, the katana was so fucking badass, dude. Just to hit the parry and just fucking ding! I don't even remember the animation. You'd swing back like an anime guy. You'd parry, swing back with the sword, and just fucking wow.
You honestly would have really loved Rise. Rise just was like your character just did the sauciest moves every time. With the wire bug techniques, you were literally just like flying everywhere. It was good.
What the fuck is happening?
It was so good.
And then there's a giant lava monster. The plot for
World
is crazy.
I honestly couldn't tell you what the plot was. I just know they told me kill this thing. All right, I'm killing it.
It basically was wow. So this giant. I know one of my. He was technically a JoJo's guy, but now he's a Monster Hunter guy. I'd have to ask him for more details. His name is Oceans. The fact that there was just a part of the map where there would be dead bodies just there, just a massive graveyard of dragons.
Yeah,
and then there's this giant one who's come there to die, and when he dies, he's gonna explode and destroy the entire continent. But then gets told go die somewhere else is the most insane plot ever. Because
I didn't even know that was the plot. I thought we were just killing it for fun. I didn't know it was gonna explode and destroy the continent,
or like something like that. That was the idea. It's like you were fighting Godzilla. It's like what the hell?
That's crazy. I just remember Nergigante showing up.
That was the raw. That guy wanted smoke any day of the week.
He really did.
He was so cool.
The Elder Dragons were so good in that one too.
Yeah.
Freaking Valhazak was crazy to fight. Just covered in the corpses of dead monsters coming up and going, you know what? You're my next victim.
That's so raw.
Crazy.
It's like Dark Souls, but like not punishing.
Yeah, it is. I think that's why I really like it, because that's why I prefer that over Dark Souls. Is it's like it's actually fun.
Yeah,
like you actually have fun. Like it's a game that is intended for the player to actually really have fun.
I can't wait to play it.
It's a fun universe.
Now I'm hyped for 2025.
I'm so hyped for this game.
And I totally spend microtransactions on it if the U.S. economy let me. Marvel Rivals has also been really good. I won't lie. I think I found my Overwatch addiction finally coming back. I'm like gold 3 now. And I just love playing it. Very good game. I can tell you that the people that made Marvel Rivals are just 90s fans that know the sex sells and like they want to make fun gameplay. Disney, don't touch Marvel Rivals. Leave it how it is.
Leave it alone.
Don't do anything.
Don't put your grubby hands on it.
Just let it do its thing and you'll make money.
Right now it's doing its thing. People are really liking it.
It is.
I think it might be another Helldivers situation where the fan base is going to just really cling on to it.
Yes, it's very, very good. I love it a lot. Past that, might get a Halo announcement next year, maybe.
That's true. They've been rumoring there's been a lot of rumors on the Halo Combat Evolved remake.
Might get into cool. Warhammer.
Alex loves his Warhammer.
Oh, well, I'm already in Warhammer. Already made factions and fanfic, but like painting miniatures. I'll get to that point.
But honestly, I think Monster Hunter Wilds might be the only game I'm looking forward to next year. That might be right now as it stands. That's the only game I'm probably going to buy next year. Unless Nintendo, they still need to announce when the new console's coming out. So unless they have just absolute bangers hidden behind the curtain, it's looking like Monster Hunter's taking it.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything coming out in 2025. At least that is like notable. I think. I farted.
You pooped.
I farted. It was my tummy. I pressed on it earlier.
I don't know what Nintendo's doing right now, though. They've been too quiet, releasing a music app and a clock in the time that we could have gotten some information on the new console.
Metroid, please.
Metroid, that probably is going to be the day one release with the new console.
Probably.
But yeah, they've been too quiet. Like I don't know what to look forward to from them.
Move silently. Don't tell people.
Don't tell people anything. But yeah, I'm excited. Monster Hunter, I'm probably going to be playing that every moment I possibly can.
Yeah.
After
new Helldivers addiction.
Yeah, it probably will be.
And if it's anything like Worlds, I knew a lot of people played Worlds before, but then eventually by the time like I got pretty big on Twitter, everybody had kind of moved on, but everyone's like, yeah, I played Worlds. It's like, what the fuck?
Like,
you did?
You played this too?
I didn't even know.
Gosh, man. If they just updated
Betelgeuse, come back, please.
Betelgeuse. My good old
Bagel Goose.
Beetlejuice, come back and bomb me so I can steal your flesh and make an axe out of it.
Let me grab your little nutsacks. Nutsack beard.
Kick your little dingleberries.
I love the dingleberries. They're so goofy.
Tickle your little.
What animal evolves bombs? So weird.
Actually, Monster Hunter lore is actually crazy.
It genuinely is.
That universe is nuts.
Have you been recording for an hour?
Yeah, it's been an hour. So I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's
what we want in 2025.
Revolution.
Content changes.
Make the content a little more streamlined.
Yep.
A little more, like
uniform.
So it's not so bulky.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have any suggestions too, let us know.
Yeah.
Like for both this channel and for Alex's channel.
Hello.
Just let us know any suggestions you guys
Can't wait to
might
power
have.
scale why Shira Gorath is better than Betelgeuse.
Impossible.
Impossible.
But
Technically, there is power scaling within Monster Hunter because the fact that they fight.
There is.
I loved going over the compilations and seeing like the rare encounters of like the lesser animal winning. That shit was cool. It's just like, oh yeah, he's gonna win the fourth quarter comeback with the fucking herbivore.
Did the Jagras just take down the Elder Dragon? Huh? Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. Pokemon 2.
That's right.
If it looks good,
I hope they are actually making something really good with that.
Yes.
Because if not, then it's probably going to be a long time before I play another Pokemon game outside of Mystery Dungeon.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
2025, baby.
2025. Going to be hopefully a good year.
I hope.
I really hope it's going to be a good year. We're entering our 23rd year of life. And as Blink-182 says, that's the year that nobody likes you. So hopefully we can defy those expectations.
I hope
so. And hopefully we see you guys along the road. So stick around.
We're gonna go get ramen now.
We're gonna get food. See you guys next time. See you in the
Deuces.
new year. Peace out.